going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you a crazy story about a chick who went to court and she came off. I mean, I ain't never seen nobody go to court and come off the way this chick did. Now, it's no stretch of the imagination to believe that it is certainly different strokes for different folks, especially in relation to going to court. Whether we're talking about race or gender, there's a good possibility that things are just gonna be different for everybody who walks inside of a courtroom. Some people might have a better chance based solely upon physical appearance. Some people might have a better chance based upon what type of mood the judge is in, which judge you go in front of, which city, county, or state you're going to court in, or even what country. Obviously, laws are going to be a lot different all over the world. Some things are going to be legal that ain't legal in other places. Some things aren't going to be as severe as in other places as well. So, it's almost like a crapshoot just walking into the courtroom wherever you are for whatever you're charged with and wondering how all of that's going to play out for you. But in this video, we're going to be talking about one specific female who just went to court in Australia. I have no idea about any laws in Australia, but after reading this woman's story and learning about what she was sentenced to, God bless it! Why in the hell couldn't I have gotten in trouble there? But then again, that whole different strokes for different folks thing that we mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm quite sure for me, it probably would have worked out nowhere near the way it did for this woman. Let me go ahead and introduce you to old Sherry Malika from Sydney, Australia, who back in March of 2016 was found to be sitting in a parked car on the side of the road. And when police searched her vehicle, they found a bag with a syringe, a large stained glass bottle, a small bag of white crystals, and a wallet with $6,200 in it. Now, this stained glass bottle that Sherry Malika was found to be in possession of contained 32 ounces of a substance known as GBL. And I've never heard of this, but it's oftentimes referred to as coma in a bottle. Hey, I got some of that coma in a bottle. You interested? Coma in a bottle! Man, I don't want nothing that's referred to as coma in a bottle. Oh, and that bag containing those white crystals? Yeah, that tested positive and was found to be meth. So this chick gets arrested for these drug charges and they're trying to give her distribution as well. I mean, they found her with all of these drugs and they found her with $6,200 in cash. Legitimately sounds like a pretty open and shut case if you ask me. I mean, I'm no detective, though maybe in some parallel universe, Joe is actually really just that, a damn detective. Now, with just what we know about old Sherry Malika right now, I mean, just imagine getting caught with exactly what she got caught with yourself, or anybody else getting caught with this. Say, for example, it was me. There was no doubt in my mind that we were going underneath the damn jail. Unless we testify against somebody, because God knows that's what the cops are gonna try to get us to do. Tell us right now where you got that coma in a bottle. Tell us right now. We might let you go. We might work with you. But we're gonna need you to make a phone call. Can you get us any more of that coma in a bottle? But the crazy thing about this is when Sherry Malika is arrested and she's being interrogated by the police, she tells them, in fact, she insists to them, hey, look, I'm not a dealer. All of this is for my own personal consumption. In fact, the reason I have all of this is because of my job. I need this to be able to cope with the fact that I work in the industry. You're reading between the lines of what this chick does for a living? I really hope so, because I can't use the actual words. I can't. But not only is she telling the cops that she has this for her own personal consumption, and she's not a dealer, and she has this also to help her cope with this job that she does. She also tells the cops that she only supplies to one other person, and that's her friend. That's the only person that she supplies to. Besides having all of that for her own personal consumption to help her deal with the fact that she is in the industry, she only supplies to one other person, her friend. Now, all of this makes me think about my own case. Let's just use me, for example. It was 9 years ago when I was first arrested for all of the drug charges that I would be facing and end up serving 7 years in prison for. But let's just say, hypothetically, I was in that interrogation room and the police were questioning me like they did, asking me, why do you have this gun and why do you got these drugs? What were you doing? I just think to myself, if I would have told those cops, hey, look, all of this is for my own personal consumption. I don't supply nobody. Wait, I'm lying. I do supply one person, it's my friend, but I'm not a dealer. What? I'm not a dealer. Yeah, admitting that you supply to one person is most certainly enough to get you booked and charged and found guilty of distribution. Oh, and by the way, Sherry Malika does end up getting charged with distribution. However, when she goes to court, it turns into a completely different thing. Because when she goes to court, she tells the judge, hey, look, yes, I did get caught with this, and I did have this large amount of money. But I didn't get the money from that. I got the money from the industry acts. If you can kind of pick up what I'm trying to put down. She got the money from the industry, because that's where she was working at. She no longer works in that. She works in sales now. I wonder what she put down on her resume to get that job. Previous employment history. The industry. I'm pretty good at selling. Me? Shit, I can do some selling. I was in the industry. You're getting me now. You're getting me. But again, she tells the judge, hey, look, that's not how I got the money. It's not from that stuff that they caught me with. I got the money from my job. Okay? So, yeah. And she, as well as a few witnesses that she brings in for herself, also goes on to tell the judge that this chick, she makes some pretty good money doing what she's doing. I mean, she's good at her job, Your Honor. She'll make you spend your whole damn check on her. There's gonna be some triggered women off of this. I'm sorry. It's the story. I mean, we gotta cover the story the way that the story is. Now, here's one little fun fact I want to throw into all of this real quick, and that is, like we were talking about at the beginning, how things are different in different states, different countries, different continents, different areas of the world. Where Sherry Malika was charged in Sydney, Australia, working in the industry, that's actually a legal thing there. I'm pretty sure you can't really do that here in the United States, but where she was charged with this at, it is legal. And doing this perfectly legal type of work that she was doing, she, as well as her witnesses, told the courts that she could make anywhere from $5,000 even up to a lot more per week doing what she was doing. Cody, get on Indeed.com. Isn't that the job thing? See if they got any postings for any industry work. YouTube's not really been working out too well lately. Joe's getting in the industry. Shit, I'm gonna make you spend your whole damn check up on me. I'll be good at what I do. You gonna spend that whole check. I don't think that's gonna make it in the video. But it's with us painting the background of this woman's story and her case. Let's go ahead and move on to exactly what happened and what the judge sentenced her to when she went to court. The story says that acting judge Anthony Garling. What is an acting judge? Is this somebody who is playing a role as a judge? Like they're acting as a judge? I could go, Cody, get back on Indeed.com and see if there's any roles for any judges that need to be played in a courtroom. I could do that. I could do it. I could play a judge. I could be an acting judge. Not guilty. Not guilty. Get out of my courtroom. Shit, I might even be able to run for like city council after that. Nicest, most lenient judge ever saves taxpayers millions by not locking anybody up. It's a plan that could work. Think about it. Any congressmen out there watching this video, which I doubt that there are, think about that. Use that on your next campaign. But acting judge Anthony Garling told the Sydney District Court on Thursday that Malika had pleaded guilty at an earlier opportunity. Oh my God. I wonder what this earlier opportunity was. Was this a secret rendezvous between this acting judge and old Malika? I wonder if the judge had a casting. We can't use that in the video, I'm sorry. But the judge said that Malika had pleaded guilty at an earlier opportunity and did not dispute the items that were found in her car. No shit, you got caught red-handed with them. How you gonna dispute them? That's not mine. This ain't even my car. I don't even know how I got in this car behind the wheel with the keys in the ignition. Little FYI, if ever you're sitting in a parked car and you're behind the steering wheel and you've got those keys in the ignition, it don't matter whether you're driving that car or not. You're responsible for that car and everything that's found in it. Keep that in mind. That's here in the United States. That's facts. Because believe me, I've been in situations like that. I've been sitting in a parked car when the police rolled up right behind me, and I was sitting right there behind that steering wheel in that driver's seat with those keys in the ignition, and as soon as I heard that whoop whoop, duh! Aggie literally just flew from the chair almost to the damn kitchen when I acted out that little throwing the keys thing. Yes, officer, can I help you? Car? What car? I don't know anything about a car. You're sitting in a damn car. Again, officer, I don't know what you're talking about. What car? Cause I ain't got no damn keys in this ignition. You ain't about to charge me with shit. But though Malika never did dispute the items that were found in her car, she did, however, dispute the facts that were laid out by the police. And with that, the judge said that he struggled with parts of Malika's account, noting the combination of drugs, cash, and certain text messages on her phone that were consistent with supplying. Malika, I know you're trying to tell me that you weren't supplying, but I'm looking at these text messages right here on your phone saying, hey, I need a half a chicken. Where can I pick that up at? You want to explain that for me, Malika? Any explanation of that? However, Malika's evidence of how she obtained the money was a perfectly believable explanation. My God, can you imagine when I was getting arrested 9 years ago when the cops pulled me over and they found everything and found that piss poor amount of money that I had? If I would have told those officers, sir, I know what this looks like. I know I work in the industry. Anyway, we could make this go away. So though the judge said that there was a lot of evidence in Malika's case that were consistent with supplying, and how he said that her explanation for having that large amount of money was completely believable, I want to throw this in there as well. I'm not disputing the fact that she got this money from her work. I'm not disputing that at all. But the judge also went on to say that the prosecutors had not reached the required level to prove that the drugs were for supply rather than use. I mean, damn, Judge, what more do you need? The damn girl admitted that she supplied at least one person, and you found some text messages and a phone with a pretty substantial amount of stuff that she was caught with as well. What in the do you mean the prosecution didn't reach a required level to prove that? But if you think that's crazy, just wait till you hear what the judge said next. He said Malika lived a life, that's in quotation, so I had to do that allowed her to earn a lot of money, and it was not unreasonable to suggest she needed that stuff that she was caught with to get on with her life. I really should have used that excuse when I went to court. My God, what if the judge would have told me that? What if I would have been like, Your Honor, I know I got caught with this. I need this to cope with my line of work. Your Honor, I'm in the industry. I can't even squeeze my Judies anymore. I mean, Your Honor, I needed it. Guilty, 7 years. Get out of my courtroom. Despite all of that, the judge said that she had pleaded guilty to some pretty serious offenses. And for that, he went on to sentence her. And old acting Judge Garling sentenced Malika to 2 years in prison. No bullshit, that's what it says happened as the judge sentenced her to this. And you know, from reading this story, it sounds like it's pretty much the same all over the world. A judge just wants you to basically defecate all over yourself when he sentences you to prison, and then after you have fecal matter dripping down your legs, he'll go on to say, but I'm gonna go ahead and suspend that, which is exactly what he did in Malika's case. He suspended those 2 years that he sentenced her to. Speaking directly to Malika, he said, young lady, do you understand you have been sentenced to 2 years in jail? Yes, Your Honor. I can't do a good Malika impression right now, but believe me, I got some coming. Stick around, it gets a lot better. When she said yes, he told her that she was on a good behavior bond for 2 years. You got 2 years to keep your nose clean. I mean literally, or you're going to jail. Yeah. Now reading this, I'm guessing that she was found guilty of this supply charge, but it says that he sentenced her to 2 years in jail, suspended all of that, and on a possession of meth, she was fined $400. And you know, like I said, had this been anyone else, anywhere else, me, wouldn't be sitting here doing this video, would not have the opportunity to sit in front of you and tell you all about old Sherry Malika, who got caught with a substantial amount of stuff, who also worked in the industry, also admitted that she only supplied to one person, had text messages that probably painted her as Pablo Escobar, and she ain't going to jail. She ain't gonna serve not in their day behind them bars. Not one single day. And you know, to be honest with you, I'm not even hating. I'm not. In fact, good for her. I'm glad that she has this opportunity now to get her life back together, and I really, truly hope that she does so. You know, I tried to do a little research to find out what Sherry Malika's been up to lately. I wanted to see if her name was in the news anymore. Couldn't find it. So I'm hoping that she's doing pretty good. I did, however, run across one last thing that I'd like to share with you. And this may actually have a lot to do with the future of Miss Malika. I did run across a video that she had posted. In fact, this chick has actually got a YouTube channel. She has 0 subscribers right this second. I'm sure after this video, however, she will have a few more. But the very first video that I ran across of hers was of her actually singing. And I have got to tell you, I have never before in my life, not in the free world, not in prison, heard a voice quite like hers.
'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream will never do. I still miss you, baby, and I don't.
Right here is where that hit me at. Also in my head, because I have a migraine after listening to that. When I say what I'm about to say, no pun intended or any sort of irony with it at all. But Sherry, girl, don't quit your day job. For real. I mean, don't. You're the worst singer I've ever heard in my life, girl. You're bad. I mean, you're worse than me, for God's sakes. And I'm pretty bad too. But you know, so it's good to dream. Who knows? Maybe you could be the next Carrie Underwood. You got a little work to do, but you just could get there. You could get there. I mean, for the love of God, you've already posted your first YouTube video, girl, of you singing. You are on the fast track to having you a singing career, girl. Don't give up on those dreams. Hey, look, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly, and I mean exactly, what you thought of it. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world, never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!
'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream will never do. I still miss you, baby, and I don't